really nice. I've never been to India, and so it's for me completely new. I like all these colors and all these shapes and all these lights, and it's very joyful, very nice.
It's also my first time at IFFI and India, and I arrived just tonight, so it's my very few first few hours. But I saw here in this venue how many people were queuing to go watch films, which I find very nice that there is this audience.
So, what tell us something about your film now and how was it?
Here, um, I was quite surprised that how people liked the film, and on in the Q&A session there were interesting ideas. Uh, we talked about the politics in Czech Republic, uh, and there were people were kind of I don't know how to say. People liked very much the visual part of the film, which is was my aim to make a poetic film. So they were like thanking very much to me, which was pleasant, and I liked it. Yeah.
Well, as Jan said, it's very interesting to watch the film in the presence, like with a completely different audience than we are used to, because then for us it's also an experience that we feel. You can feel in the screening hall how people react differently to certain themes, even the visuals, which Jan mentioned, that the film has a certain look, certain architecture. So suddenly you realize that it puts itself in a very different context with Indian audience, for example, and that's very inspiring for us to experience this.
Now, this is the International Film Festival. Don't you think the international delegates, the film stars, have to also take part in this?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think it's very important, like to see the people behind the films and to have the contact with the audience, which is for author. It's great situation that he can directly talk to people who watch his films. It's great.
I agree. It's very important to be able to be in person and meet the audiences and also meet other filmmakers, be it foreign or Indian. But because India is a huge country with a huge market of cinema, so to get at least a glimpse of that is very interesting for us, especially coming from a small country like the Czech Republic.
Have you noticed that many of the delegates who have come from the India national, they would like to see the international films. So, like there is heavy rush for the international film. Like, how do you? It's always full.
Yeah, it's great. Like I'm grateful for that. That those people are interested, and yeah, I like it.
What do you see?
It's yeah, we just had a conversation with one person from the festival, and she said that it's actually one of the few opportunities to watch foreign films, and that we all can nowadays consume global content from streaming platforms, and everybody can watch like the same. But there is a lot of other content, and especially film festivals like IFFI, which focus on the world cinema, enables audiences and to meet other perspectives, other films from other parts of the world.
How is it to make a film? Like, basically, how can you tell us about what it is to make a film?
Well, one part is to create the idea and develop it that much, so that you can go to the production. And Czech film is financed by a state, so you can receive some state money, part of the budget of the film, and it works kind of as a dramaturgy by the state somehow, by some committee which will give you money if they believe that this could be a good film. And then it depends on the budget and the realization itself depends on the budget. So you have to think carefully what idea is proper for which budget, so that you don't necessarily need to do too much compromises. So it's difficult.
Don't you think the movies also bring an impact to people's lives?
Well, I hope so. I hope that they do. I mean, that's definitely one of the aims, perhaps, to be able to offer the audience a perspective from which they can assume for a while and make an experience of their own. I don't think it's necessary to make films with the idea that you should influence people and change something, like have an agenda, but the medium has this power, and it's up to the audience to experience it and work with this experience.
Leaving aside IFFI, what other things you would like to do in Goa?
Well, I would like to see the places, like some historical places and beaches also. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we came from a country which now has snow and -4 degrees Celsius, so it's definitely nice to enjoy the nice landscape, weather, beach, seaside, and food.
What about food?
All of it. I like very much the food. Yeah, especially the spicy. Yeah, it's great.
So all the best.